Hello everyone. Because I was in a rush to write and film my video about the time I corresponded with Anthony Ainley and how meaningful it was and why his death completely shattered my psyche, there were things I was meaning to say but forgot to in the frantic rush. That's on me for waiting until we finally got the goddamn scanner to start writing because I didn't think we'd get it in time to get this done for the 60th anniversary, but we did. I did. And not a lot of people have watched it except part 3, which is weird. I don't know how the algorithm is doing that. Anyway, I'm way behind doing this addendum because things have been eventful around here, to say the least. Well, first of all, I'm still embarrassed I can't make custom thumbnails and I had to split the video up into parts. But I don't have enough subscribers. But how am I supposed to get any attention for them if my thumbnails suck? See, if you want to be somebody on YouTube, you gotta be somebody first. I don't think the extra attention would be worth it, though, actually. And I ain't giving them my phone number. But anyway, among the things I forgot to talk about was this necklace with the Anthony Ainley master on it. Yeah, my mom got it for me on eBay, and unfortunately, it's yellowed, even though I've kept it safe in the little box it came in. But yeah, when I got this, I wore it every day. Seen here in these images as part of my faux 1980s with the headband put on wrong ensembles. Despite that, I prayed the kids at school never asked about it, and some did, and I didn't know what to say. All I do remember is the one girl who said, "He looks dead," and that sent my blood in chills. He hadn't died yet, but in hindsight, it was like an omen. In fact, it felt like an omen then, and another omen was one time in a record store when the necklace just fell off. And I shrieked because I did worry it was a sign. And this was just maybe a few months before he died, so. I also had a matching belt buckle, which I did put on a belt, but I don't know where it is now. And this is the only picture of me wearing it. Taken the same day his obituary came out. I was trying to express my feelings of mourning with the belt and the necklace and the master-like outfit. I stopped wearing it regularly after that. I know it would make sense as a tribute, but I just couldn't bring myself to. Plus, I didn't want to lose it, so at least here it is. Also, I didn't show this t-shirt I was wearing completely in the last video. Because I was self-conscious about my body, but I guess there's no use in that really at this point. But I got this shirt after he died, and it's clearly not official. Logo on the back. That is not an official Doctor Who logo. Yeah, so it's not official, but it's honestly a lot better than this official Ainley Master shirt that's out there right now. Like, why choose that picture of all the promotional images out there? Why, instead of something dignified, they chose the deer in headlights picture? It doesn't even match the quote. Does that look like the face for "a new body at last"? Delgado got a dignified picture. I mean, of course he did. But what's worse is that Eric Bloody Roberts got a more dignified image. Now that's just insulting. And who the hell would want to walk around with Eric Roberts on their front anyhow? Now this one is much better, but it's a limited edition exclusive and would be far over $20, so out of my range. For every treat we Ainley fans get, we get a million insults, and so does he. Well, that turned into a rant, but there is a reason I've stuck with this bootleg for 18 years, and it's kept in good shape because I do hardly wear it. I don't want to get it messy. Give this man some dignity, BBC. Also, something I didn't have time to address about the letters. Even though Anthony supposedly never used a computer in his life, and certainly not the internet, some of his letters have what is clearly screenshots on them. This, for example, looks closer to a screenshot than a promo pic. This was as close as I could find for one, but it still doesn't look like an exact match. But this here, that is a screenshot. Right from the Steve Hill pages, once upon a time the go-to source for Doctor Who's screenshots. It's still up, but it's very barren compared to, say, Doctor Who's Tragical History tour. But yeah, maybe he had a computer-savvy friend. I mean, I don't know, I just think it's interesting. And there's more I need to say about how his death messed with my mind and my development. And it's going to be a bit uncomfortable to hear, but it's the truth. Because the truth is, he awakened something in me. I mean, my libido had already been awakened several years ago, but he made me feel like I really wanted to be a woman. Not just a girl, a woman, you know? And then he died before my body and mind could catch up with those feelings. I was left on the edge of 17, forever grasping what I can now never have. I mean, I don't mean to uh, try and say I've got it worse than all the girls who had their childhood taken from them, but I had my adulthood taken from me. And the last years of my childhood, too. I would have never called. We didn't call ourselves children. We did not. Teenagers did not call themselves children back then, but I was forced to really grow up in that moment, but paradoxically, because of that, I never actually finished growing up, and I didn't make the transition properly, and I'm kind of stuck in this limbo, forever wanting what I can never have and know via society that I shouldn't. And I know again I am probably the only person with this problem. Grief plus arrested development plus sexual frustration equals trauma. Literally, no other former teenage girl will understand. But trust me, you do not want to switch places with me. Trust me. But I wish you could have seen what the old me, that is the young me, would have been like if she reached adulthood properly. I wish I could experience what it would be like to be that, to have grown naturally from 17 to 18 and then onward with my original psyche still intact. I mean, my psyche wasn't completely okay to begin with, but it hadn't been completely rearranged by trauma. But the truth is, I still love Anthony. I love him. There's no other word for that. In fact, I think I love him even more now, and he'll never know that. I know it sounds insane, but there's no other word for how I feel. I mean, I know now what he's been through in his life, and despite how he was too traumatized to truly open up, he still treated others with warmth and kindness, including dorky me, who didn't get much warmth and kindness from normal people. I wish I could tell him just what he means to me now that it's more clear than ever. I wish I at least sent him a Valentine when I had the chance. But But I'm very lucky that both my major celebrity crushes that I sought out were very kind, understanding people. You know, Anthony and Robin Williams were very different people, but cut from the same cloth in one very important regard, and that's their kindness, especially towards their fans. They both saw their fans as people, not just mindless worshippers that boost their ego. That's what I made sure to find out before I sought them out for real, and it's true. And the fact that they're not around while cruel, selfish people have continued to live on and be the ones shaping our world. I hate this timeline, but I will say that when I first met Robin and took this picture and he autographed this book, the Robin Williams scrapbook, well, after telling him how to spell my name because too many people don't properly, I helped him by saying my name is an anagram of TARDIS, and I heard he was a Doctor Who fan, so I actually told him about writing to Anthony Ainley. And he said, "Well, congratulations!" Totally sincerely. That was a big moment there, the whole thing was. But that part was like bridging the gap between eras of my life. By the way, you'll be glad to hear I'm not going to lewd Robin Williams anymore. He's got 3 kids, a widow, and 2 ex-wives who probably don't want to hear about that sort of stuff, though. I'm going to respect them, especially his children. Because, you know, I was afraid Zelda was going to find out about me and try to kill me even when he was alive. Zelda, I promise you, nothing happened. We both kept our hands above the waistline, sunshine. Reference. But anyhow, you know, Anthony Ainley doesn't have that baggage. You know, whatever the Ainley bloodline is left out there probably doesn't care who's posting their dirty thoughts about him on the internet. But I'll still try and be discreet, you know, not draw any negative attention. But, you know, I wanted to do tribute videos to him, but the problem is that it's very hard to think up one using a slow, sad tribute song because most of his on-screen footage is him playing nasty villains. And though I could get away with using the Master because it's his most iconic role and there's sentiment attached to that, he's played some more realistically evil characters, so that's kind of a problem. But it's not a problem if I were to make a more thirsty video. I know, I feel weird about it. It's been nearly 20 years, but I mean, I don't know. Is it still too soon? Too late? I don't know what the rules are for appreciating celebrating the sexiness of now deceased celebrities. Like, is You Sexy Thing okay, for example? Because that was playing in my head 20 years ago. But I mean, for a heartfelt song, I don't want to do anything cliche like "My Heart Will Go On." I've got some ideas, but we'll see. Because you know, next year will mark 20 years since his death, and so that's definitely going to be on the forefront of my mind. And then it'll be 10 years since Robin Williams' death. God damn, 10 years without him. That is wrong, so wrong. Ever notice things really started going to shit after he died? I mean, I guess we'll never know if he was really holding up the goodness of the world or the same awful shit would have happened, but he'd at least be there to keep us laughing. That's going to be weighing on my mind next year. But, yeah, so I guess that's it. But, yes, I have seen all the Doctor Who specials, as my previous video probably indicated, and I love them. And as for anyone who still hasn't seen them or even been spoiled, I have one word for you: bananas. Which is good in my book. Doctor Who should be bananas, because bananas are good. But alright, I think it's about it. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas if that is your thing. And again, if you're looking for a gift for a Doctor Who fan in your life, Anthony Ainley, The Man Behind the Master by Karen Louise Hollis. Yeah, Buy it. The master commands you.